Hi everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining. Whenever I do sessions where I talk about, to-do lists or time management or something like that, I'm always 2 minutes late. So it's pretty ironic, but thank you so much for joining today. Today has been a pretty much, some sort of high ticket client rant day. So yesterday, when I posted about getting high ticket clients, I got a lot of comments, I got a lot of messages after that about it. So I was thinking all night, and then today I just shared a lot of things that I was thinking about. Hope that was helpful. And today I want to talk about time management, which is pretty ironic considering that is something that I don't really think about too much. It's not something I prioritize as such. Like, it's not a thing that I do that, okay, I have to manage my time. But this is a question that a lot of you asked because yesterday when I asked you, like, what do you want me to talk about in life, and many of you said time management, how to manage your time as a freelancer, as a student, how to manage multiple clients, things like that. So I want to keep the clients part separate. So I'll how to manage multiple clients, that part I will do as a new live some other time. But for today I want to talk about how to manage your time in terms of personally, how to manage your time, like some tips here and there. I mean, I'm not an expert at this. I was 2 minutes late for the live, so I'm not an expert at this. But of course, there are a few things that have helped me out. Just helped me, probably find more peace throughout my day. And whenever I end up going to sleep, I feel content and I feel like, okay, I've accomplished something today. So that kind of feeling is what you, and that kind of feeling, and of course you get tasks done. So that's what you get when you manage time effectively. So today is probably like a short session. I don't really have a lot to tell you, but today is just like a few quick tips that I want to share with you. And apart from that, you can ask me your questions. So I'll just do like, maybe a 15-minute session, and then you can ask me your questions. Preferably, please ask me questions related to the topic itself about time management. You can ask me that in about 15 minutes, and then we can discuss that. So, okay, so first I want to talk about, when we talk about time management, it's something we think too much is that, okay, I need to manage my time for my college, my studies, my freelancing work, sleep and food and cooking and blah, 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 blah. The thing is that we make such a long list of the things that we need to prioritize, and that makes it very overwhelming, that makes it very difficult, it makes it very challenging, because then when we sit down and we make a routine that looks something very unrealistic, looks something like wake up at 6 a.m. and then have breakfast by 7, go to the gym at 7:30 and come back, take a shower, then start work at 10, and then attend your lectures and do your work and then cook, and it never happens. It doesn't work out. And the main reason it doesn't work out is because we have taken too much on our plate. We have taken too many things that we decided, okay, now out of these 20 things, I'm going to try and fit all these 20 things as much as possible within my 24 hours. And that's really not unrealistic. It gets overwhelming, and because so many of those things on that list may be irrelevant to time management, like say cooking and going to bed on time, things like that are not something that you really should be putting on like a time management, like your to-do list or whatever, or your day's plan. Because then what happens is there are so many things there are so many different things you could 20 different things you have to focus on, and by the end of the day you will probably end up doing like say 15 things and you'll be happy about it. But the fact is that you have ended up doing the 15 things that probably didn't really matter as much. So you could be happy in terms of the number of things you've done, but when it comes to the value, you've probably missed out a mark there. So the idea is to focus on managing certain things. So when I talk about time management for myself, I talk about two main things. I talk about like right now. First, I talk about freelancing. So my work has to be managed properly. And second thing I talk about is my gym. Because those are the two main things for me right now that I want to do. I want to finish my work and I want to go to the gym every day. So that's my plan. And that's the only two things I focus on. Other than that, whatever, like I used to focus on, I have to have 3 meals in a day, and I have to have this and that. Do not like complicate it by putting too much stuff into it. Keep it as simple as you can and keep it based on whatever is your priority. Put that on top and only focus on that. Other things can fall into place. Okay, so do that. Give that a shot. Don't overwhelm yourself with different things that you need to manage your time for. Just keep the list short, and it will be very helpful for you. This has worked a lot for me. So based on whatever you think is priority for you, it could be attending a lectures, it could be studying for your exams, it could be sleeping well. If that's your priority, you should definitely focus on managing that well so that you get things done on time. Go to bed at 11 in the night, whatever it is. So get your priorities down and then manage those things and forget everything else. Just completely forget everything else. That's the first thing. Second thing is something I've already talked about a lot, and that's about making to-do lists. To-do lists are a very interesting way to manage your day. And normally when I've seen people make to-do lists, they are very deeply categorized. Like, this is my break time, this is my work time, this is, that's a pretty long thing. So what I like to do is I just like to write a list of things that I need to do in a day. That's it. I don't add any times to it. I just write down, okay, and this is mainly for work, by the way. So I just write down, okay, client 1, this thing, client 2, this thing, client 3, this thing. I know that I have to get these things done in the day. So there is no time breakdown. I'm not planning for anything. I know that by the end of the day, this has to get done. And I prioritize things in my day accordingly. So accordingly, I would take a break to go and cook, or accordingly, I will, cook while I'm probably thinking of something and I'm writing down notes. Things like that. You keep changing things that way. So yeah, that's another way to do your to-do list. Like, if you want more details, like I have a very different way of doing creating to-do lists, and I have a complete IGTV video on that, so you can check that out. I will share it later. And it has 3-4 different methods. Create a to-do list again with priorities in mind. Whatever is important and whatever is urgent should be the top priority. Whatever is urgent should be the next thing, and whatever is important should be the next thing. So urgent and important, and then urgent and then important. So that way you can kind of rank it down. The third thing you need to like really get that peace of mind is to create a routine and a ritual. So routine is something that you need to start with. So you start with a routine where, okay, you work 6 hours a day and you go to the gym 1 hour a day and you sleep 8 hours a day. That's a routine that you make. It's a broad routine. It's not something you can definitely stick to, because of course every single day is different. But the idea is to, as much as possible, put your body and put your mind into that habit of the routine, right? And then what you will see is that honestly, the time is basically managing itself. You don't have to think too much. Like right now, I have been going to the gym for the past few days, and I know that by the end of the day, like before I go to bed, I have to go to the gym no matter what. Like no matter what my day is like, I know I will end up going to the gym for an hour. So that's something that becomes a routine with time, and eventually it becomes a ritual. So what I mean by it becomes a ritual is it's something that really means a lot to you. It's something that becomes very significant. It's something that is, in such a sacred place for you that you cannot do without it. So that's the idea, that you start with forcefully maybe creating a routine for yourself, and then you will see that it just becomes the way you live, right? So that's another way to manage your day. That's to make like a routine and a ritual system that works best for you. The fourth thing is to procrastinate to your advantage. So this used to happen a lot during my exams, okay? So whenever I had exams, like back when I was at home, and I didn't want to do a certain task, right? So I didn't want to study for the exam or whatever, and I would just end up watching TV or something, or doing something else, whatever that's not studying basically. So at that point, my dad would always say that, go and study, finish that off, and then do whatever you want, right? So use that kind of mentality when it comes to procrastination. Like, think that if you want to procrastinate, like if you really do not want to do work today, you're not in the zone, the idea is not to leave it so that you stress later. The idea is to complete it, get it out of your way so that you can go and enjoy the things you want to do. So there are days when, it happens once in a while where I just really don't want to do anything. All I want to do is like maybe go to sleep or eat a lot and watch Netflix and just do nothing, basically, do nothing all day. And what I do at that point is I still wake up on time, I still finish my work, but then I finish my work early. I don't take up any new tasks, I don't take up any new calls. I schedule them all for later. I finish that day's tasks and then I go to sleep or I do whatever I want to. So the idea is, if you want to procrastinate, make it work for you by telling yourself that let me get this out of the way and then I'll continue with whatever I want to do. That's a very good way to, again, to deal with things, and that's something that's worked for me a lot. Again, something that I have my dad to thank for. He comes up to many times. I understand that, but you like it too. So yeah, so that's again something that he told me, that if you really don't want to do something, do it, get it out of the way. That's his words, get it out of the way, and then keep doing whatever you want. Easiest way to do things, honestly, works really well. And another thing is, if you really want to procrastinate, what is procrastination? It's like basically you just don't want to do something, you want to keep leaving it out there until some day or some months, weeks later, probably you'll be like, okay, let me just finally do it. And at that point you will be so stressed. In a way, what you can do with that, you can think that same idea of the procrastination, but do it for things that you should actually be procrastinating. So things like probably going out while you are while you're working, or things like wanting to watch Netflix. If you want to do all those things, and those are the things you should procrastinate, those are the things you should keep pushing away for a while. So procrastination, just try it the other way around, where you actually push away those things which don't really matter. Mohit Sadhwani, you're telling me to check my DM. How do I check my DM right now? I will check my DM afterwards. Okay, so that's something. So basically, procrastinate to your advantage. Either procrastinate on things that don't matter, or procrastinate, finish it and then procrastinate by doing whatever you wanted to do. So that's the fourth thing. And the fifth thing, the simplest thing that I want to tell you, that you are likely to forget, because I forgot this many times, is that you should not stress if you cannot manage your time properly, right? You should not overthink things. If you haven't gotten anything done today, it's fine. Learn from it and get it done tomorrow, and also get tomorrow's tasks done tomorrow. So don't let it pile up. If you let it pile up, if you let things just, if you think that it's okay, I didn't manage it today, I'll do it tomorrow. If you keep doing that for a few days, at the end of the week, you're probably going to have a breakdown, and you're going to be like, you're going to feel really bad about yourself. So don't put yourself in that position. This often happens to me with my essays, because I keep on pushing them. And I have all these points, I have everything in my head, but I don't really write it down. So that's something that, by the end of a few days or a few weeks, it gets very stressful, because then suddenly the deadlines are there and I haven't written it yet. So as much as possible, reduce that stress by doing things properly. And if you don't do things properly, if you can't manage your time, completely fine, do it next time. So that's actually pretty much it. Because everyone has their own way of managing time, and everyone has their own priorities, everyone has their own routine, everyone has their own lifestyle. So it depends completely on what you want. I think right now for me, it's very simple. It's just get up and have breakfast, and then work, and then go to the gym sometime, do a live in the evenings, and then eat, and then probably watch Netflix or read something and sleep. So that's kind of my routine. So that's, again, in this, my priority is to work and to go to the gym. So that's the only thing I plan for throughout the day, and the other things just kind of throw in there. So again, a quick recap of what I said. First is that you should focus on only certain things that matter. Don't try to manage everything into your schedule. Just focus on whatever 2, 3, 4 things that matter in your day. Second is to create to-do lists in way that work for you. You can check out my other IGTV video to get the different ways I do that. Third thing is to create a routine, and then that kind of turns into a ritual because you get so used to it. It's just something you start doing without even thinking. You don't need a purpose. You just do it because you know you have to do it. And fourth thing is to procrastinate to your advantage. So either do things and get them out of your way, or procrastinate on things that don't really matter. And fifth thing is don't stress. Even if you can't manage your time well, even if you think you've done a poor job today, you can still cover up tomorrow, but don't forget to do tomorrow's tasks also tomorrow. And don't stress over it. Just kind of move on from it. And that's kind of some tips I have in mind and for time management. And there was something specific that I wanted to say just for students. So students who probably have, I don't have lectures yet, but students who probably have lectures now, who are, attending lectures online, spending say 6-8 hours a day attending that. How do you manage your time? If you are a student and you are freelancing, a good way to kind of balance that out is to first set a weekly routine rather than just a daily routine. So weekly routine would mean that you work every night for say 3 or 4 hours after your lectures, and then on the weekends you take that Saturday, Sunday off from work, and then you focus on your studies. Or if you want, or if you can make it work that way, you can do like say 1 hour every night for the week, and on the weekends you really focus on just the work. Whatever works best for you, depending on how much how demanding your course is, how much time it requires from you, all of those things. But you can figure out your week in that way. Another recommendation for students who are very lots of lectures, lack of time, a good suggestion for freelancing in this case would be that you go in for a low number of high ticket clients. So go in for people who are paying you more and you don't have to manage a lot of them. So if you instead of having 10 small clients who will take up so much of your time, so much of your energy, go in for say 2 clients who are going to pay you the same amount that you would have gotten from 10 clients and who have a similar scope of work. But the best part is you are working with only 2 people and you're not stressing too much about it. So those are my 2 recommendations for students who are freelancers as well. And this is going to completely change probably once I start my lectures, because it's been quite a few months since I've been in that position. I think I don't really recall how stressed I used to be. I know I used to be stressed, but eventually I did get a hang of it, mainly because I said, okay, on the weekends I'm not doing any work. I'm just going to sleep in on the weekends and I'm just going to, get back to my coursework. So that was an easy decision for me. And if that works for you, then make it work for you. So as a student, kind of balance the work. Don't leave working. Don't leave freelancing. Do it for one client if you have to. Just do it for one client, but don't completely let go. Because again, it'll teach you time management and it'll teach you, it'll also keep giving you the experience of working in whatever you want to freelance in. So don't leave that. But yeah, that's something you really need to think about as you plan your week. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of all that I had to say about time management. And now I can take your questions. So now if you have any questions, you can be specific about them. You can ask in the questions tab. You can ask in this comment section, wherever you like. So I'll do a Q&A for 5 to 10 minutes. And let's go for that. Okay. How to get rid of procrastination? I don't think there's a way to get rid of it. I think the only best way is to, what I said, either you finish the work so that you are actually not procrastinating and just get it out of the way, basically. It could be anything at all that you find important. Even if it says, even if you like reading books, then you just kind of, think about it and plan that, okay, I'm not going to sleep before I read, say, 50 pages of this book. So make it a habit, and then after you read that, then you can do other things, So that is a way to get rid of procrastination. And the other thing is to use that procrastination in a way where you procrastinate on things that don't matter. So again, that's a mindset switch. Sargi is asking, what's efficiency? 500 words in 1 hour, is that good? It varies on research. What's a good measure of efficiency? A good measure of efficiency is basically you doing better than you did yesterday, like that kind of a thing. So if you can keep improving your time, again, see, it completely depends on the topic and everything. So some article could take you 20 minutes, other articles could take you like 3 hours, and that's completely fine. So efficiency is not really important in terms of how many articles you get done in a day. Efficiency is more important in terms of whether whatever thing you had planned for the day, did you get that done or not. And so there's no measure of efficiency. I would just say, like, be better than you were yesterday, that kind of thing. How many lessons would you recommend per client? Should you recommend? I don't know what you mean by lessons. Can you please tell me? Nellis Creation, please tell me about that. How does your time management look like over the weekends? Nit Mathur is asking. On the weekends, if there is no noise coming from outside, then I sleep in until like 10-11 a.m. maybe, sometimes more. And I have a late breakfast. I call my parents. I basically spend like 2-3 hours talking to my parents on weekends. And sometimes I go to the gym on weekends, and I eat good food because I have time to cook. So I definitely cook something different on weekends. And then I think that's kind of it. That's what I do. And then I probably watch a movie or something, and I get groceries on the weekends. That's also something I do. I go to the store, I come back, take a shower, I clean my room, things like that. Small things, trivial things, I would say. Things like that. Nothing great. But yeah, that's my weekend. Okay. Okay, people are asking me how much you should charge for content writing, how to get clients as freelance video editor. This is not today's topic. Today's topic is time management. Ask me about time management. Okay. Okay, what helps in getting rid of writer's block? Mostly I used to manage my time to write, but this happens. Vaishnavi, one thing is, if you're working for your clients, you have a topic from them, so you probably will not end up procrastinating because not procrastination. Okay, you probably won't end up in a writer's block because you have a topic from them and you know exactly what you need to do. So work on an outline, keep studying at the topic, talk to your client if you're completely lost as to what to do. But that should definitely work for client work. For yourself, I recommend either noting down topics on a good day, like whenever you have lots of ideas, note them down. Or the second thing is just take a break and don't overthink it. That's it. That's what you can do. Okay. At the end of the day, do freelancers get time for themselves? Of course. Yes. I think, honestly, as freelancers, we put ourselves on this pedestal as if, we are so busy and we are so undervalued and, we have such a challenging, difficult life. But honestly, everyone does. So it has nothing to do with you being a freelancer or not. It's just something that you have to figure out for yourself. Even freelancing is a job, basically. It's something you're doing, you're working on. So the best way to not get overwhelmed by it and to not, just get lost into it, inside it, too deep inside it, is to set a routine. That's why I have a routine of working from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 6 hours a day. That's fair enough. I can get all the things done. Once a week, maybe I work until a little later. But that's most of my day. So like 6 hours is when I work. And then, after that, everything's mine. So you have to kind of, fix up what works best for you. What is your profession? I'm a content writer. I'm a student. How to get rid of procrastination? I already answered this. Maybe you weren't here, so you can go back and watch it later. Waking up early and getting things done works or not? Hiren. So Hiren, this is a very good question because, whenever I spoke to some people who really got things done on time, I realized that they always woke up early, and I thought that, okay, I need to wake up early if I need to do that. The thing is, it's different for everyone. I'm a person who can work much better at night. So I can stay up until 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I will still be completely fresh and I will still know exactly what I'm doing. So that works for me. It works for me that I stay up at night, get things done, and then I wake up late in the morning. But if it works for you to wake up early and get things done, then it's up to you. Whatever works best for you, go with that. There is no like rule book that you have to wake up early to, you know, get things done. Again, you wake up early, it depends. Okay, so even sometimes I wake up early, but I stay in bed just, you know, going through my phone, probably responding to messages, working from my phone, whatever, and then I basically don't get things done. So waking up early is not equivalent to getting things done, just to be very clear there. Okay. Digital Mohit, I'm not answering questions for that topic. So let's see if there's anything else. How do you focus on doing the work completely? I have so many things in my mind. I do half of them every time. Pooja. Pooja, this is also a good question. So to see, when you focus on work, it's best for you. If you already know that you have things in your mind, you should know, like you should practice that you keep them out when you're working and you get whatever task is at hand, just get it done. And if just realize that, you know, suppose you're taking 1 hour to do half of the task while you're thinking so many things, if you just stop thinking that, you'll probably complete the whole thing within 1 hour. So try to focus on that, focus on getting things out of your head and just on what you are doing and work on it. So it is something that will come with practice and time. It's very normal to have a lot of things going on in your mind. But kind of just space it out, as in how, you know, you keep working and you keep noticing that you're still thinking too much. So that could help. Okay, that's a lot of questions. I didn't think there would be so many questions. Okay. I really work hard, but I'm not getting result. Nitin Kumar is asking, you maybe it's too early, maybe you should keep doing that, you will get results, and you know, maybe you are on the way to getting bigger results. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep working hard, keep working smart, and I'm sure it'll work out. And if you have any, like, you know, specific questions or any specific issues, then you can like message me, of course, and I'll see if I can help you out. Ushnita, what do you do when you feel like nothing is working out? I call my parents, I rant to them that, you know, I feel like everything's crashing down, I don't think something is going to work out. And then I realize that it's such a silly thing to say out loud. And then I kind of just move on. So it's, you know, that happens once in a while, that wave comes in when you feel like, okay, nothing's going to work out. And it's fine to feel low in that very moment. I think this happens to me if sometimes if a contract ends with a client, so if a few months or something this happens, like I feel like if one person is done, then I feel like, what if everything's going to go away, you know? So I just kind of go and call my parents, and then I just think that it's fine. I cry a little bit sometimes and it gets fine, so I'm fine. Do you believe in God when you are in work? Good question. Difference between content writing? No. Yes, I live in Ireland. How to manage time in building personal brand and working side by side with the clients? What choice do you have? If you don't create content for yourself, how are you going to get clients? That's as easy as that. Like, you have to do it, right? So just again, try to, like, if you enjoy it, then it's going to become effortless. I enjoy creating content. I enjoy writing for LinkedIn. I enjoy doing all these lives. Otherwise, seriously, doing 3 lives a week is a lot of effort. So I wouldn't be doing that if I didn't enjoy it. So if you enjoy the process, then you can actually manage time completely fine and, you know, make everything work with you all together. The jaded soul is asking, is multitasking good because sometimes it leads to frustration? It does lead to frustration, and multitasking is not a good idea. I used to do that a lot, but I've stopped recently. I just don't like it. And it causes a lot of mental stress and, you know, mental frustration, like you said. So don't do that. Like, especially if you know that it causes you frustration, like you saying that sometimes it leads to frustration, you already know that, then don't do that. Even if somebody else can do it, but it doesn't work for you, don't do that. As simple as that. Why is everyone laughing? What did I say? Why is everyone laughing? How to manage time when we have multiple things pending to be done in a short period of time? Things like stay up late to get things done, completely fine once in a while. Things like outsource if you have to, if it's work, do that. Things like ask your family or whoever you live with to kind of, give you space and things like that. So just as much as possible, get more time to get things done, and if possible, if you can like shift the deadline for a few things because it's something that you absolutely cannot really work with, then you can of course speak to your clients and get an extension on the deadline. Completely fine. What is the difference between copywriting, blah blah blah? I am not going to answer that right now. If I start answering that, then more questions are going to come which are irrelevant to today's topic, so I'm not going to answer that. I think that's all about time management today. Okay. Nope. No. Okay, so there's no more questions on time management. Okay, how to build good engagement on LinkedIn? Not for today. Karishma, how to get better 1% every day if we have fixed ritual for every day? See, saying that I want to get 1% better every day is good in terms of like a motivational quote or whatever, but when it comes to actually, like, you can't actually measure whether you're 1% better, you can't really do that. This is all good while reading when you need motivation, but it's not practical. So the only thing you should do is you should focus on getting things done, and you should keep learning from whatever you're doing and keep improving on that the next time. That's the best you can do. You can't focus on how much or what exactly. There's no way to kind of, build on something, but basically just learn from your experiences and grow there. That's the best way. Karishma. Okay. How to maintain time during bad times? Akash is asking. This is also a good question. Completely fine to take a break, Akash. Completely fine to take a pause. Completely fine to probably even take a break from work if you need to. Completely fine to be in that moment, cope with things, give yourself some space to understand what's happening, and then get back to it. And something that I would say is that, bad time, like let's say an example is, say, this thing that happened right now. The lockdown is a pretty bad time, of course. And when the lockdown had started, I was very skeptical if I would ever get work again. I was very lazy the first 1 to 2 weeks. I was very lazy, didn't get any clients, basically didn't do any work, nothing. And then I really, from I think mid-April onwards, I really started putting in the work and really started focusing again on freelancing, on doing these different things, and it worked out for me. So the idea is that even during bad times, life still goes on. You still need to keep doing things, and you need to still keep with the momentum. Otherwise, if you stop at some point, it could actually, it could cost you in the future for many, many months as well. So again, that's something to consider. Take a break for a few days, think about it, but don't leave anything completely, and just do it because you have to do it for the sake of it, and then eventually it'll work out. So Ashwar said it's a khatarnak session. I don't think it's fair. I think your word is gazab, so let's just stick with gazab. Okay, do not say khatarnak session. Ushnita is saying thank you so much, missed out the beginning. Okay, so she's gonna watch it. Ushnita is gonna watch it. Thank you so much for watching the live. Any extra tip about time management for people doing job along with freelancing? I think I would say the same thing that I said for students, that if you have, like, basically students have college and job people have job, so you have a commitment of say 6 to 8 hours or 10 hours a day at least to that thing. Best thing to do is organize your week, like so if you have a job, you can work more on the weekends and just work 2 hours here and there during the week as a freelancer. And you can go in more for high ticket clients, like say 2 high ticket clients instead of going in for 10 low ticket clients. So that's a tip. Tanvi. How to organize cropping ideas while writing content so that we don't end up wasting time? Pradi is asking how to organize cropping ideas while writing content. I'm not sure what you mean by cropping ideas, but I have this thing where I create an outline before I write anything. So if that definitely helps save time, because I know exactly what I'm writing and I don't stray from the topic. So create an outline for whatever task, and I'm sure that would help you. Ushita is asking what's the best book you read on time management. I have not read a single book on time management. That's the thing, right? We try to spend so much time on Google, YouTube videos, how to manage time, and articles, how to manage time, and then we waste so much time doing that. So let's skip all that as well. Sakshi Sharma is saying thank you for your time. You're very welcome. Gangaraj Uthati is saying good night. Good night. The session was helpful and relatable. I'm very glad. As a beginner, I'm spending more time on phone creating content, but I got a little depressed. How to use my time effectively? If you're creating content, it's fine. But if it's getting depressing in any way, again, take a break, prioritize your time, spend just whatever is needed. Just in posting your content, just, do it on social media. Otherwise, writing the content, do it on a Google Doc. Don't do it while in the app. Don't spend more time in the app. Stay away from it and just, post, move on. That's it. And come back and respond to comments the next day. Something like that would help. Hero Satish Kumar I have not answered his question. I cannot find your question. No, I cannot find your question. Please ask me your question again. Akash is asking who do you maintain your time? I'm thinking you're asking how do you maintain your time? I think that's kind of what I said throughout this session, that how do I manage my time. So I guess you can check that again later. Bhavya Ahuja is saying, thank you for the session. It's really helpful. You are welcome. Thanks to everyone who's saying thank you. Like, it's really nice. Towards the end of the session, everyone starts like this thank you train, and I really like it. So thank you for that. So yeah, I think that's all. I said a 10-minute Q&A and we've ended up at 20 minutes. You had a lot of questions though about time management. I don't usually get so many questions, so today was really full. So yeah, I think that's all for today then. Everyone enjoy the session. So yeah, you're welcome. Daisy Lazy, she liked it a lot, so yeah, you're welcome. Karishma, welcome. You're welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining. And the next live is going to be on Saturday. It's 1:30 my time, so it's 6 p.m. your time. 6 p.m. Indian time on Saturday. I'm going to be live again. I'll share the topic with you in a day or two. And that's pretty much it. Which country I'm from? I'm from India. How much do you actually earn? You guys are really curious. How much do I actually earn? I've never said how much I earn either. So how do I tell you how much I actually earn? Okay, everyone, fine. Thank you so much. And good night. Everyone's been saying good night. So yes, good night to you. Thank you for joining very late. And I hope this session helps you manage your time better. It'll be saved on my IGTV. You can check it out. And if there's any other questions, please DM me. Thank you so much and take care and bye-bye. Good night.